Hi everyone, I hope the sound's okay. This is Dan here. I'm going to do a closed box to closed box run through of a random dungeon from the Gorgon's Loch. Lots of people have been really enjoying the fan-made stuff that we've been putting out, but of course this Kickstarter is to fund a 6 scenario deep dungeon. So that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to run through the dungeon. So it's all a bit messy actually from when I last had a playthrough yesterday. I like doing closed box to closed box stuff. We don't have an insert for this yet. Of course, when we release the retail and Kickstarter ones for you guys, we will have, but there isn't an insert for this yet. So it's all a little bit messy, kind of hunting down all the bits. However, I hope you can see that it's still going to be super quick to set up. So there's the campaign booklet. We'll need that in a moment. And let us see what's going on with the single D6. There are 6 scenarios, and we're going to be playing the first one. Okay, cool. The first one is Ebony and Ivory. 1 white lock tile, 1 black lock tile, 6 goblins, and 12 skeletons. And I think we'll mix it up by throwing a couple of higher level enemies in as well. So I'll just get the get the dungeon set up. We'll have a single character for this one. Great hall. The kitchens. Corridor 4 at the top and corridor 2 at the bottom. 4 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Lovely. Chamber number 1. Here, and then the start room, the vestry, goes right at the very end. Perfect. Where are you, vestry? There we are. Oh no, that's not you. There's the bed. No, that's not the vestry either. There we are, with the Gorgon's Loch logo on it, and that connects to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to the middle. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 middle to middle. There we go. There's the lava bridge to get you into the loch. There's the lava bridge there. There's the lava bridge there. I need one here. I need another here. And I need a final one. A final 2 in fact. Here. And here. And that's it. We're all set up to play. I'm only going to be playing with a single character. We'll play it solo and we'll use the enemy AI. And the character we will choose is... We've got the 5 here. So I think what I'll probably do is leave it to you guys. So 6 is a rethrow. Leave it to random chance, sorry. I'm afraid this is a pre-record, so you guys aren't involved here. So I'll put them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll roll 1d6, and if it's a 6, we'll re-roll. So the single challenger for the dungeon today is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Erin Bloodborne. Lovely. My favourite character. Erin, do excuse the crunch, the creaky floor. Right, cool. So that's that. We can read dungeon number 1. We've got everything started. We've got the dice ready. Happy days. Here is the search pile. I have no idea where in the search pile the the 2 keys are. Aha! One important thing I've forgotten. Keys usually go into locks, don't they? Duh. So I will be finding the black and white Loch tile. Do-do-do. There's one black and one white Loch tile there. And the white one goes at the bottom, black one goes at the top. Love that black one. Okay, cool. And instead of having just the 6 goblins and 12 skeletons that would normally start this dungeon, I did create this game. I can handle a bit of extra stress. So I'm going to go ahead and leave all of the enemies in that pile, all of them. Every single one, including the Gorgon Queen. So I'll give that a good shuffle in a second. Just attempting to give this a good shuffle now. And then we'll go for a big cut, and a little cut, and a little cut, and a big cut. So there's no shenanigans. And we'll leave that there. Excuse my head bobbing into view there, that hopefully won't happen a lot. Now here come the enemies. I haven't added any homebrew enemies here. These are just the enemies that come with the Gorgon's Loch. So this is a mixture of goblins, skeletons, skeletal bowmen, wild hounds, harpies, lichen hall walkers, the Queen's Guard, and the Gorgon Queen herself. A little cut. And a big cut, and a little cut, big cut. Okay, so I'll be randomly spawning those enemies there. Let's begin. I'll just put this here. And let's get Erin's standee ready. Right, so she's going to start. Dear Erin. And she's going to start right here. Okay. Your current task is to find your way to the next section of this dungeon. You must find the keys and unlock safe passage to the next dungeon map. To succeed, you'll need to locate the white key hidden somewhere about the dungeon and place it within the white lock. You will also need to locate the black key, similarly hidden, and place it within the black lock. Only when both of these keys are in place will the next section become accessible to your party. Placing a single key into a lock costs 1 action point. For the best chance of success, you must work together to complete this challenge. Become separated and the Gorgon Queen's forces will likely overwhelm you. Beware, the Gorgon's Loch is full of traps, wandering enemies and cruel enchantments. Tread lightly. Good luck, brave adventurer. Okay, so I'll leave that there for now. Hopefully to be reading the success condition in a moment, and we're just going to get started. So Erin's start health points for this dungeon is 6. There's a 3 life. Erin's special skill is to teleport. We'll get into that in a second. And her action points for this first go are 9. So we're going to press on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take her from 9 to 4, and with those final 4 I'm going to try and search 4 times, unless obviously a trap or similar comes. Oh, by the way, if you haven't backed the Kickstarter yet, please go and visit this link and do so. Just drop £1 into the pot and I'll do my best to convince you to up your pledge. But extra backers really help our visibility. So if you like the look of the game, if you like the look of the pieces, if you like the look of the system and how quickly we've got going, then please go ahead and jump on that link. Thank you very much. Okay, so Erin's first search yields a gold ring. Second search reveals a scroll of immunity that'll help reverse the effect of any traps she triggers. Third search is the golden brooch, which is actually a win condition for a dungeon further into the scenario, but not this one. And the fourth one, the scroll of protection. So we've got 2 magic scrolls there. The scroll of protection allows me to roll 1 extra dice in defence. A scroll of immunity, like I said, reverses the effect of a triggered trap. There are no enemies on the board, so we're going to go ahead and roll for action points again. This time she's got 8. First thing she's going to do is take one step onto the lava bridge, leaving her with 7, and now roll 1d6 to populate a maximum of 3 enemies, because this place she's entering has 3 spawn points. 5, so that's all 3 enemies. Where should we put the enemies? Let's put the enemies, let's lay them out here. So you've got skeleton number 2, wild hound number 2, and wild hound number 1. I think I can handle that. So skeleton number 2 goes on spawn point number 1. Wild hound number 2 goes on spawn point number 2. And wild hound number 1 goes on spawn point number 3. Okay, I'll just go and stop my phone binging. Sorry about that. There we are. Right. Okay, so she's got 7 action points left. She's going to fly in here. 1, 2, 3. That leaves her with 4 action points. She's going to attack wild hound number 2. Scoring 9. It only defends with a single dice, so wild hound number 2 has been destroyed straight away. So off its standy goes. Now she's going to use an action point to move up, and she's going to attack wild hound number 1 with 5. The dog defends with 4. It only has a single health point. It's dead, only just, but it's dead. So she's hacked her way through the wild hounds. She's now got 2 action points remaining. She's going to take one more step toward skeleton number 2 and attack skeleton number 2. Same deal, 1 dice to defend, 2 to attack. Scores 8. Maximum is 6. The minimum damage it's going to suffer is 2. It only has 2 health points. Skeleton number 2 bites the dust and disappears to the bottom of the enemy pile. So that was an action-packed turn, so here we go. That's all of her action points used now, so no enemies on the board, no enemy turn. Back we go to Erin, and 12. She's got 12 now, so with those 12 she's going to definitely do some searching, I think, so I'll just make that 11. Her first search yields the Scroll of Power, 1 extra in attack, 1 extra dice in attack, as a single use item. Her second search yields a medium health vial. What is her health at the moment? It's 6, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll just use an action point and take that straight away. That gives her an additional 2 health points. There we are. Her third search yields Right Delirium, which means that all of my action points go to 0. An ethereal voice calls out your name from the shadows. Erin, Erin. Confused and disorientated, your turn ends. Okay, still no enemies on the board. We are still rolling for action points. Oh, snake eyes. Okay, well, obviously I'm going to use those for searching because I need to find these keys, huh? So I've got 2. First search yields Right Delirium again. I did put that on the bottom of the pile, didn't I? Yeah, ethereal voice, vision blurs, confused and disorientated, your turn ends again. Still no enemies on the board. Oh, double snake eyes. There should be a rule against that. Okay. First one, an enemy. So my first search, leaving me with a single action point, has produced this enemy toe to toe. Oh crap. It's a Lichen Hall Walker. Lichen Hall Walker, there's only one enemy in the Loch that's as powerful as the Gorgon Queen. And guess which one it is? Yes, that's right, it's the Lichen Hall Walker. Trapped between human and werewolf form, wolf form, sorry, by her dark magic, meaning that he's very annoyed all the time. So, Erin has a single action point left, and she's going to have to use it to get out of dodge. Now, what she could do in actual fact, is she could attempt to trigger her teleport spell. Now, that's going to allow her to move into any square of an adjacent board piece that doesn't contain an enemy, a character, or a spawn point. So from here, she could disappear all the way over here, or she can disappear all the way over here. However, she's got to trigger the teleport, and in order to do so, she'd have to roll 2d6 and roll exactly 12. Now, I've already rolled exactly 12, then Snake Eyes, then Snake Eyes. I think the statistical chance of getting another double 6 now is extremely low, so instead I'm going to attack and see if I can get some of those 5 health points off this Lycan Hall Walker. It attacks with 3 dice, it defends with 3 dice. So, here we go. 10. Its defence. Oh, it's plenty. 16. So it's fine. That's the end of her go. It's now the Lycan Hall Walker's go. And guess what? It's quite clearly going to attack her. Oh, it's another big one. Scores 14. So there's the 14. Erin is going to defend herself, but she's also going to use this Scroll of Protection. It does not cost an action point to use. This scroll allows you to roll 1 extra dice when defending. You must then return this card to the bottom of the search pile. So the Lycan Hall Walker has rolled 14. I'm going to take a 3rd dice and defend with, oh, I'm glad I did it, 10. So I've lost, that goes to the bottom of the search pile, I've lost 4 health points in that attack, and it would have been more had I not used that scroll. So my 8 drops to 4. That's the Lycan Hall Walker's go finished. It's now my turn to roll for action points, which I'll do. 4. Well, I'm hoping 4 attacks will be enough to kill this thing. But if 3 attacks aren't enough, sorry, if 2 attacks aren't enough, then I shall use a 3rd point to use this Scroll of Power, and then my 3rd attack will have 3 dice instead of 2. So, but initially I'm just going to go for 2 standard attacks on the Lycan Hall Walker. That's rubbish, because an attack of 3 means that because it defends with 3 dice, it cannot fail but defend itself, so I'm not even going to bother rolling. So that's the first attack has failed. Second attack, more like it, 10. The Lycan Hall Walker defends it well with much more than 10. 15 in fact. Right, so my 3rd attack, what do I do with the 3rd attack? I think I have to use the Scroll of Power. So that uses the 3rd of my 4 action points. But it allows for my final attack to have 3 dice. And this is it. 10. It's not great. It's not great. And the Lycan Hall Walker defends with 9. So I've only nibbled 1 of its health pieces away. Health points. So we've only got 4. It's still perfectly powerful, and it's now the Lycan Hall Walker's turn. Now, obviously, it's going to keep attacking. This time a 7. I don't have any defensive scrolls, so I'm going to have to use 2 dice to defend against 7. And I do just with 7. Blimey. Okay. My turn, Erin's turn, and we're rolling for action points. 8. 8 action points. So, what are we going to do with 8 action points? I've got to keep attacking. I've got to keep attacking it. So the first attack is 6. Its first defence is way more than 6. 17. Second attack, that's more like it, 11. And its defence, 9. So it loses 2 health points there. Excellent. Third attack, 4. Rubbish. Third defence, 10, so it's fine. And my final attack, 3, so it can't fail to defend itself. Okay, so that's 4 of my 8 action points. Now what to do? Well, I've got 4 action points remaining. I can't get away from it because its movement is 5, so I can't get far enough away from it for it not to kill me. So I'm going to attempt Erin Bloodborne's special skill, which is teleport. I go ahead and roll 2d6. If I get exactly 12, i.e. 2 6s, I can teleport. And if I don't, then I don't. So here comes the 2d6 attempt to get exactly 12. Failed. That leaves me with 3 action points. And with those 3 action points, I'm going to because I have to use them if I can. So I have to move. 1, 2, 3, because I can't move past him. You can't move through enemies. And you have to use your action points if you can. So now it's the Lycan Hall Walker's turn. He's going to use as much of his movement as he needs, 1, 2, 3 of his 5, to get to within attacking distance. And then, of course, he's going to attack me. I'd call that a 1, wouldn't you? Yeah, okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. He attacks with 8. I defend with, oh no, 3. The difference is 5. And Erin only has 4 health points. So, her health points go to 0. One of her death markers disappears. All of her stuff, luckily not including the white or black key, goes to the bottom of the search pile. And her body disappears from the board for now. And that's it. That's the enemy turn. Now it's a player turn. Her body rejoins the dungeon on her second life of 3. 8. That's a better start health point. You're looking well, Erin. The last time I saw you, you were dead. Action points for this turn, that's 8 as well. So if we're going to start there, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leaving me with 2 action points. You'll notice I've run the other way. And now, so I've got 2 action points left, but I need to roll 1d6 to determine whether there's 1 or 2 enemies in this room. I rolled a 3, so that's both of them. First one is the other Lycan Hall Walker. And the third is a Queen's Guard. Okay, now, please keep in mind that this is the first scenario in the Gorgon's Loch, and as such would normally come with 6 goblins and 12 skeletons. The goblins and the skeletons, and along with the wild hounds, are the weakest baddies in the Loch. So for all you introductory level players who look at this and think, oh, we've got no chance, we're going to get our butts kicked. The only reason I put this big bad guy in here is because I built the game and I should be able to handle this sort of thing. But clearly I can't. What I should have done is ran toward this first Lycan Hall Walker because it is depleted. But instead, I've taken a chance, and sadly, I have spawned the other Lycan Hall Walker. There's only 2 in the whole game. Right there, and 2 squares in front of it on spawn point 2, we have Queen's Guard number 5. And these are hardly friendly looking fellas either. Sort of a cross between a Minotaur and Hellboy. Okay, so I've got 2 movement. I can't get away. I can't get away from the Queen's Guard because its movement is 6. The Lycan Hall Walker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can only get to there. This Lycan Hall Walker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, could get to me if I stay where I am, which of course I'm not daft enough to do. And this guy has a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, so I can't get far enough away. But I have 2 points remaining, so I'm going to use 1 to just get around the corner and out of the room. With my single action point, believe it or not, I am now in an enemy-free room. So I can search, hopefully not spawning an enemy in the process. A blue gem. Okay, so 30 gold piece blue gem, so we picked up a nice bit of treasure there, but I don't think we're going to get a chance to spend it, but let us see. So now it's the enemy turn. In the order that they were spawned, we've got the first Lycan Hall Walker. It's going to drift towards its nearest player character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, do I wish that I had more players to draw the attention of these bad guys. The second Lycan Hall Walker has a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't quite make it to me. And of course the Queen's Guard that has a movement of 6, but it only needs 1, 2, 3, 4 to be able to attack me diagonally. So that's what it's going to do. It attacks with 3 dice and defends with 2. So it's just going to go ahead and attack me with 3 dice and score 12. So there is an extremely good chance I'm going to be injured here. And I could well be killed. So if I have 8 health points, nothing else to help me. So If I were to roll a 4, the difference would be 8 and I would be dead. If I roll a 5, I'll be left with a single health point. So I need to roll 5 or more with this to survive, and preferably I want to roll a 12 so I don't get injured at all. Here we go. And I roll a 6. So I take 6 health point damage from my 8. I'm down to 2. And this is looking rather bleak for dear Erin. However, that is the end of the enemy turn. So Erin's going to roll for action points and see what she can do. And she has 12 action points. That should be enough to do some damage, surely. So in the first instance, as the Queen's Guard only defends with 2 dice, she's going to attempt to attack the Queen's Guard. So I'll move the 12 down to 11, and her first attack is 8. The Queen's Guard defends with 7. So its first attack loses a health point, okay? The second allowed attack, 7. It defends with 4. The difference is 3. It only has 2 health points. Bye-bye, Queen's Guard. Excellent. So one of the big guys has gone. Not the big guys I was hoping for, but still. Queen's Guard bites the dust. With my third, Erin's third attack, she's, no, in fact, she's here, so she's going to move 1, 2, so that's 9, 8. 8 action points remaining. I'll move that down to 7 for her third attack. She's going to attack this depleted Hall Walker here and scores 8. It defends with 3 and scores 9. It's fine. And with her final attack, before she attempts to run away, she goes again for the depleted Hall Walker, scores 7. Really need to kill this thing. And it defends with, oh dear, 10. So it's fine. As a result, she now has 5 action points remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will get her into the start room again. There's no real point doing that. She's going to attempt to teleport with one of these action points, leaving her with 4. So now she needs to roll exactly 12. One attempt per turn if you want to take it. Nope, that one's failed. So now she's got 4 action points. What's she going to do with them? She has to run away. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I'm not running back into that corridor is because it's now empty of enemies. So if I was to run back in there, I'd have to spawn new enemies on those 1, 2 or 3 spawn points. So that's it. That's the end of the turn. The very first enemy spawned was the Lycan Hall Walker here. So it's going to drift 1, 2. That's all it needs of its 5 movement to attack Erin, and it does so. Erin's got 2 health points. She now has to defend a 3 dice attack with 2 dice. Oh, she can be insta-killed here, so let's do the math first. Okay, so she's got 2 health points. The maximum she can defend is 12. So if the Lycan Hall Walker scores 14 or more with 3 dice, she's dead. What's that? 12. Wow, that's still quite a lot. So it rolls 12. Now we're defending with 2 dice. So if I roll 10, she's dead. If I roll 11, she survives with a single health point, and if I roll 12, she survives unscathed. So this could well be the end for Erin once more, and it is 8. Erin's health points get depleted once more. Another of her death markers disappears. All of the stuff disappears back into the magical loch, and she disappears back to be reinstated in the start room. That's that Lycan Hall Walker's turn. He's successfully killed her twice now. The next Lycan Hall Walker will drift toward where the characters are or come from. So we've got 5 movement here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wherever Erin starts, she's going to be faced with a Lycan Hall Walker. Let's have a look. 7 is her starting health for her 3rd life, which is actually her penultimate life. And her starting action points are they're 7 as well. Okay, well hopefully that's a couple of lucky 7s. So if she starts right here, she's going to... she's in an empty room currently with that 7. Now let me see. One will get a toe-to-toe with the powerful Lycan Hall Walker, and she's going to attack it. Her first attack is 7. It defends with 13, so it's fine. Her second attack, 10. It defends 11. It's fine. Her third attack, 6. It's third defense, 13. It's fine. And her fourth attack is 10. And its defense, 11. So it's absolutely fine. We've got 2 action points remaining. She's going to use 1 to try and teleport, and fails. So with a single action point, she's going to move... let me see. Can I block here? Yes, I can. I'm going to move back from the lava bridge, back into the room. And that's her go. So now we go to the enemies, left to right, or in the order they're spawned. So Lycan Hall Walker number 2, the depleted one, is going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 of its movement. And then it's going to attack her. It attacks her with 9. She defends with 7. She loses 2 action points. Her health points are 7 down to 6. And interestingly, now this other Lycan Hall Walker can't pass through. Enemies can't pass through each other. I've managed to clog them both into the door. Happy days. So that's it. It can't do anything. It's going to stay right there and just wait its turn to hack and slash at me. So now it's Erin's go. We're rolling for action points. 9 action points. What are we going to do with those, Erin? I think you've probably got an idea. First attack, 9. First defence, much more than 9. 16, in fact. Second attack, 9. Second defence, 9. Third attack, 6. Third defence, 10. Fourth and final attack, 8. Fourth and final defence, 16. So the Lycan Hall Walker is absolutely fine, and Erin finds herself with 5 action points, but nowhere to go with them. So she can't search, because once you're standing on a lava bridge between 2 sections, you count as being in both rooms, and that counts the same for enemies as it does for characters. So because I've got a Lycan Hall Walker right here, can't do a damn thing. She's going to attempt her teleport to get out of that room. Doesn't get a double 6, so fails that. She now has 4 action points. All she can do is move around. She can't go back onto a square she's vacated unless she moves from one board section to another, so she can't pull the same blocking trick. She simply has to run around in a panic, like we probably would in this situation with 2 werewolves at the door. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stand bravely in the centre of the room, ready to face what's coming, which I believe is imminent death. That's the end of her turn. That's all of her action points used. She's got 5 health points. Now we go back to Lycan Hall Walker number 2. Although it is depleted, it only needs to take a single step toward her before it attacks, and it does so. And scores 9. Erin's defence is 7. So her 5 health points become 3. Now the non-depleted Lycan Hall Walker takes 1, 2 movement. That's all it needs to be able to attack Erin diagonally. It attacks with... Oh, wow. Wowee. Have we just been insta-killed? I believe we have. That's 16. The most I can defend with these 2 dice is 12 by throwing double 6. The difference would be 4, and Erin only has 3 health points remaining. We have just been insta-killed, guys, by the Lycan Hallwalker. Her final death marker gets turned over, and Erin's body leaves the loch for the penultimate time. Because that's the end of the enemy turn. That's all finished. We now do roll again and welcome Erin back into a particularly dangerous start room with 2 Lycan Hallwalkers in it. Her start health is 5. That's not going to help you. Her start action points are 8. So if she starts right here in the corner, she's going to take 1, 2, 1, 2, to run away from the Lycan Hallwalkers, and now she's going to take 1 to search for something hopefully powerful. The Scroll of Death. That's darn powerful. You did see me shuffle these, by the way. Otherwise that seems rather convenient. The Scroll of Death will take me 1 action point to use and will kill any 1 enemy in the same room. You must then return this card to the bottom of the search pile. So, what do I do with my remaining 5 action points? Well, I can't run 5 squares away and get far enough away from these Lycan Hallwalkers. So I now need to use 1 action point to pop back on to that lava bridge. I can go back onto that even though it's a square I've passed through on the same run, because I moved from one board section to another. So if you're doing that, you can leap up and down between rooms if you need to. That leaves me with 4 action points. I'm going to use a single action point to kill Lycan Hallwalker number 1 with the Scroll of Death. So the Scroll of Death disappears to the bottom of the pile. Lycan Hallwalker number 1, which is this guy with all the energy, has been, some might say rather unfairly, after his prowess at killing her previously, removed from the loch, albeit temporarily. Goodbye, Lycan Hallwalker number 1. So now she's got 3 action points left and a depleted Hallwalker in front of her. Now surely there's a chance that Erin can take this thing out with, because she's still got 4 attacks. I mean, she can't use them because she's only got 3 action points, but her first attack is a 9. Its first defence, is a 10. So it's fine. She has 2 attacks remaining. Her second attack, 8. Its defence, oh, look at that, 8. Darn. I have a single attack remaining. I have to go for it. I could try the teleport and leap away, but I have to go for it. I have to try and kill this thing. Third attack, 8. It's not great. Third defence, it's more than 8. It's 12. And that's it. That's the end of Erin's turn. This could be it. Because now the Lycan Hallwalker, seeing you throwing your magical scrolls around and killing his buddy, is going to attack Erin with 3 dice, and here it comes. And that attack is 11. 11. Erin defends with 10. Okay, she's been injured, but she's alive. 5 health points become 4. It's Erin's turn. She's rolling for action points. She's got 7 of them to use. How is she going to use these 7? I think it's pretty obvious how she's using the first. To attack the Lycan Hallwalker with 8. It defends with 15. It's fine. Her second attack, 5. That's rubbish. Its second defence, way more than 5. 14, in fact. Her third attack, 8 again. Third defence. Oh, it's low. Third defence is 7. So, it loses 1 health point, but it's still here. But now it's got the same health points as a goblin, or a wild hound, or indeed a basic skeleton, a basic skeletal bowman. But it has still got those very powerful attack and defence powers. So let us see what we can do with the final attack. Final attack yields 8. Its final defence, it's more. It's 14. So it's fine again. survived another volley. She's got 3 action points, so she's going to move 1 to find herself in an enemy-free room. She's going to search and find a swinging blade trap. Of course she is. If you roll 1, 2 or 3, you are unharmed. 4, 5 or 6, you lose a health point. Lost a health point, sadly. So her meagre 4 becomes an even more meagre 3. And I guess with her final action point, we're going to try and roll that teleport again. And fail. So that's it. That's Erin's go. She's still here somehow. I've no idea how, but she's still here. So it's the enemy turn. We know what's going to happen. The Lycan Hall Walker's going to drift toward her. He only needs to stand on the lava bridge to attack her diagonally. And he's going to attack. And he's going to attack with 11. Is this the end for Erin Bloodborne? 8. The difference is 3. She only has 3 health points left. And that is indeed the end for Erin Bloodborne in this dungeon. So thanks very much, guys. We didn't find any keys. We didn't make it to the end of either of these 2 corridors. We killed a couple of enemies. We were killed by a couple of enemies. You've seen the death and reincarnation mechanic right to its bitter end. And that's it. That's the end for Erin Bloodborne. So sometimes this is how the Gorgon's Loch ends. It's not a guaranteed win game every single time. There's not a lot you can do against the awesome power of the D6 battle mechanic. So there we are. That's the Storm system. If we had a couple or 3 more characters playing that, then they could have been passing scrolls between themselves. They could have been positioning themselves to split up the enemy and deal with them separately. But as Erin tried to beast through that by herself, rather unrealistic, thinking she could with all the top level enemies in there, she has indeed been killed. So there we are. That's the end of that one. Not entirely sure how long that took, but it wasn't very long. So I might just record another one real quick and get it out for you. So thanks very much. Quick reminder, do go and visit this here at the top of the campaign page when you go there. That's just a short link for our Kickstarter page. You will notice a kick track logo that says track this hotness. Now if you go ahead and click that link, and then you click the kick track this hotness logo at the top of the campaign page, it will take you back to a page called kicktrack.com, and it will take you to the project page for the Gorgon's Loch. Now it's a very powerful tracking tool, and it's a very powerful website that really pushes the visibility of small indie projects like ours. So I would really appreciate it if you could go to this link below and then go ahead and click the track this hotness logo, and when you arrive on the project page, go ahead and hit that green button, visit project, and it'll take you straight back to this page again, but it will give us a little more visibility and help us race up the ranks. So thanks very much, adventurers. Hope you enjoyed that. Farewell. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.